Yeah, I gotta say, um, these don't look like guys that have been running around aiming assault rifles and hitting each other with switches for the last few years. These look like guys who have been organized from different parts of the nation, because that's way too many fellas to have came from one city. I mean, I'm surprised. That's a lot of cats. And these guys are moving tactical. Look at how they came from out the underground. They know how to move through the subway system, obviously. They obviously know how to get underground and block off the entrances. And people gotta realize too, this is the front lines, the nation's capital. This is the place that groups come to organize. When I look in the comments, I hear a lot of people say, well, they went to the Capitol and by the White House. They didn't come to D.C. But see, that's where it starts. Because when they set up shop and then they eventually need to eat, then they're coming to the hood. And they're coming to take over the grocery stores. See, it's just like when the settlers came. What happened with the Indians and the settlers, right? When they landed, eventually, they're going to need to eat. So they're going to come pillage villages and grocery stores to find food eventually. It's a typical war tactic. See, we used to pointing guns at people that sound like us, that look like us, people we understand. But have you ever had somebody pointing an assault rifle at you? They wearing a mask and you can't see nothing but their eyes, and they screaming out a bunch of words in a language that you ain't never heard before, and you know it's over for you because they didn't even need you to understand what they were saying. No communications necessary. It's one goal, one mission: exterminate. And trust me, we here to say this: we don't want violence. We calm people. We just want to work, pay our bills, and smoke our little weed. That's all we want. We just want some weed. That's about as illy as we want to get. We just want to smoke. Because a good ganja relaxes our mind. It makes us peaceful. It helps with mental illness. It helps for back pain. It helps for stomach issues and constipation. So we don't want no problem. But these are the things that we still have to think about in case we need to defend ourselves, our constitutional rights, our freedoms, and things like that. We cannot be running around killing each other. Respect, blessings to all of my older, elderly people out there, all my ancestors and folks that's been through it, great granddads and grandmas and all the people who have seen these things face to face. All my people who were here when riots were happening and they were spraying black people and lynching black people and beating them up in the streets, and police would allow the other side to beat up on us for a few minutes before they would make them stop. We need you to really sit down and explain this to our youth. Yo, they was dragging us down, and you need to explain to them exactly what was happening, and so that they can understand how serious it is to unify. These don't look like guys that have been beefing with each other from different neighborhoods all around America for the last few years, killing each other off. These look like groups of guys that have different factions and different clubhouses and locations everywhere, and they're ready to link up at any given time. Some of these people probably from here. Some of these people are probably military background, I'm sure. So they know the layout. I say all of this to say this. Don't start no violence. Don't incite violence. Don't want violence. But what I'm saying is, this is a reason to stop killing each other. That's where I'm going with this. I know all my people smart enough to take care of themselves. I ain't telling you that. Y'all can handle yourselves. We built for it. We ready. But for the ones that don't realize it's time to stop being tough on each other and taking that anger out on each other, because we need numbers to match this when we need to protect our freedoms and protect our families. When these people got to try to do us like the native Indians and take all our stuff and pillage us and snatch our grocery stores and then celebrate about it in history books 80 years from now? Like, we need to be ready.